Hey guys, so today I just kind of wanted to bring up something that has been interesting, and that's the fact that Pokemon games have kind of moved away from puzzles. If you think about it, we started to lose them around I'd say maybe 5 or 6. Five had a little bit going on puzzle-wise, but it really seemed to be moving away from utilizing puzzles. Gen 6 essentially had none other than a couple small areas. Gen 7 all but completely removed puzzle work. The only thing that they really used was Machamp, and that wasn't until I think literally the final island. And so didn't really have any real puzzle solving. And with Gen 8, it kind of got worse, where the only time that you really solved any puzzles was in the gym challenges. Other than that, you had essentially nothing. You just had corridors, honestly. You just walked down corridors. You didn't solve any puzzles. There was no strength pushing, no like waterfall surfing, no whirlpool, no proper ledge jumping. If I recall correctly, Gen 8 didn't even have ledges. Or it might have had a couple ledges, actually, now that I think about it. There were a couple places where there were ledges, but there was no like ledge jumping puzzles or anything like that. No teleporters. Nothing nothing really like that. And honestly, with how Gen 9 is looking, it looks like we're moving even farther from it. To the point where the world itself is just kind of open world, and we don't have uh, any limits to where we can go. So placing puzzles kind of either defeats the purpose of an open world, or they're going to set up some kind of puzzles to hide some of the stronger Pokemon that are available. At the same time, I am actually very curious how they're going to handle things like Surf, because in the last game, it was just you reach this point in the game, or the last two generations, it's been you reach this point of the game, you just get something that you can just use to surf whenever you want to. Which, fine, I guess, but it's like there's no puzzling with it. Like it's just okay, you can surf on water, and I'm actually curious how the water is going to work in this game, since we are on the Spanish Peninsula, and the fact that like it's a square covered in water or surrounded by water. Is there going to be literally water routes around the entirety of the region? Like, I'm very curious how that's going to all work. But I'm curious if people enjoy the puzzle work of Pokemon games, or if they prefer their puzzle games like they are now, where there's very, very little puzzling, uh, to a minimum of literally just the gym challenges, or if they would prefer actual puzzles to be just an intricate, important part of, even story beats. Things like having to go up Mount Coronet and figuring out your pathing through that, or going through the cave in which Kyogre or Groudon are in the Hoenn games, that sort of thing. Uh, I like having a little bit of that, not like an overwhelming amount, but enough to sate, uh, that need to solve puzzles. That's what I personally like, but maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just a weird one, but at the same time, it's kind of sad to see an entire part of the game series just kind of disappearing. But who knows? Maybe we'll see a return of it. Maybe we'll see a return of it later on in future games. Also, I didn't even mention the fact that Arceus basically has no puzzle solving other than a point very late in the game, and even then, that's not really a puzzle for the most part. I mean, it is, but it's so late in the game that's just kind of like, oh, okay. So, anyway, other than that, that's all I want to talk about today. So I hope you guys have a good night, and I will talk to you all later. Peace.